Hello, on behalf of Onvoi Interactive, my company Onvoi, and this presentation is geared towards the venture capital community. In the last video, I discussed how with the keypad device, which is the two push button remote control, that's going to operate the interactive console unit that goes underneath the TV set, is going to enable interactive storytelling, is going to interactive experiences. The consumer with the keypad device with two push buttons is going to be able to guide the stories and guide the adventures of beloved characters on the screen because of the Onvoi Entertainment System, the OES. So in the last video, what piece of the puzzle was missing? It was essentially that in this keypad device, we're planning to add a four-way directional asset. We're going to install it, insert it, and we're going to program it in the side panel so that way when it comes to the software engine, when it comes to what you see on the TV set, when you plug in the Onvoi Entertainment System box, the interactive console unit, when you plug the OES into the TV, it's going to be exciting. Through ATV wires, traditional plug and play, that box is going to install easily on any TV set manufacturer. And then you get the keypad device and you got two push buttons to control the on-screen content. And then in the side panel, we're going to add a diagonal four-way directional asset. So you can go up, you can go down, you can go to the left, you can go to the right, side to side. And then that way you have menu navigation in terms of the OS, the operating system, the UI, the user interface display for the OES ecosystem, the platform, the Onvoi ecosystem. So that was the last video. And then today, what is the content distribution strategy? So we wanted to differentiate ourselves as an entertainment company, as an interactive entertainment company, by saying the litany of the litany of all the different content experiences and ecosystems, from the Amazon Prime to the Netflix to the Disney Plus to the you name it. There were so many that it was hard to keep track of them, and very few of them offered something original. So the key advantage to this one would be that it would not be in a competition with those platforms, because it's a standalone product that gets installed into the TV set, and then the ecosystem that's presented on the TV screen is distinctive and is a standalone interface, a standalone ecosystem, where we're not channel surfing and comparing and contrasting and constantly changing from one cable network to the other, or we're not reviewing online the litany of different websites and .coms that should I read this and then read this? No. You plug it in, and that's going to be the only source of entertainment you need if you're a practical person that values their time and values their entertainment experiences. And the rest of those platforms will do phenomenally. You'll see the revenue and the numbers go through the roof, and I applaud them, I congratulate them. But this will be distinctive and unique because with the two push button keypad device, consumers will have an interactive say. They'll be able to have input. They won't be passive on the couch doing nothing, just passively watching content. Instead, they're going to have a simple, user-friendly say in the content, so that when it comes to certain sequences, certain scenes, they're going to have their say in the story, the outcome, what ending, what values are rewarded, and so on and so forth. Now, so it's a standalone box that goes underneath the TV set. We call it the OES, Onvoi Entertainment System. That's the keypad device, two push buttons. And then there's a little box underneath the TV set. That's the interactive console unit, which we're going to program, and we're looking into strategic hires at the moment, and hopefully capital is on the way so that we can enable those hires, and we have a very specific and targeted approach to who we will hire to do it in a cost-effective and responsible and effective manner. Now, content distribution, if it's a standalone unit, and even though it's a digital platform, it involves hardware. The hardware, once you plug it into the TV, we are thinking about using a distinctive and proprietary data disk, which is going to be essentially, this is one prototype of it. It'll be a lot better than this. Let's see, how does this work? Is this backwards? How do I see it so it's okay? See, it's how it's branded, and this could be inserted into the top of the box, and it could work. It's not too different from a Roku, which they did a lot of, some say damage, some say really great things for consumers by having a USB flash drive plugged into the TV set. We could do it with this. I want to be a little bit more innovative. If the financing, the venture capital community is more flexible and wants a bigger return on investment and wants to scale this project in a truly capitalist way, in an exciting way, we could do a proprietary design that's not USB, that isn't SD, but rather is a data disk, which we won't call a data disk. Okay? In the old days in video games, and this is not video games, in the old days they would call it a cartridge. Those things are very simple to program. The technology aspect of it, believe it or not, is the simplest part, folks. The rest is just the red tape. There's red tape everywhere, from competitors, fake obstacles, stupid distractions, and a system that doesn't reward innovation and has no good reason not to, because there's so many people with vibrant, great ideas, ridiculously amazing ideas, and they can't get their foot through the door, or they can't get the capital they need to get it done for reasons that don't make sense. Don't even blame it on international competition. Don't blame it on Democrat and Republican. Don't blame it on where you live. There's just a lot of phony red tape obstacles that we need to overpower and we need to overcome, and we need to do the right thing and still enable our dreams despite the doubters and the haters. Okay? So we're going to do a proprietary, and we have the trademark technology, the designs for it, and we're working on it. And yes, we're working on more visuals. I know, I'm tired of being a talking head too. I think speaking is probably the most useless skill set a human being can learn or be taught innately and naturally. Sometimes it feels like you're the dumbest person in the world if you're articulate and you can speak well. It's sad, but it's true. I feel like there's almost no value attached to it, the speaking. But I still continue to do it because it gives me some semblance of hope that some kind of a result could materialize. Anyway, so we're working on the designs, and we'll do the visual displays, and that's going to be very easy once we have some key hires in place and once things improve as far as the whole, everything going on geopolitically and health-wise and everything else. So we could install this, and that has to do with the moldings, the frameworks of the OES, the interactive console box. The key is distinctive. It's very easy to just plug in old things and try to be nostalgic and cute and sell something that people are just going to go yawn, because the state of innovation has been pretty harrowingly bad. It's been at rock bottom for many years. And there's been a decline in quality, and been a decline in performance, and a decline in consumer interest, and a decline in everything. And I hate to sound negative, but that's the truth. You can see it in cars. You can see it in technology. You can see it in software and SaaS. You can see it in hardware, personal computers. You can see it in mobile devices. You can see it in the in-car navigation systems for all the big ones, for Apple and Google. I think MapQuest is still the best thing out there as far as that. Sad to say. So we need to improve that. My humble part and my role would be to do it through this box. Now, so how we're talking about content distribution strategy. It's a standalone box, a little box. With the remote control, they guide the stories. With the purchase of the OES, the Onvoi Entertainment System, they get 2 keypad devices, that, and they get the little box that plugs into the TV set. We're going to do an MSRP of $199 because we have, the reality of it is we have a consumer populace. We have globally, there's no one has any money. Okay, that's why smart companies are reducing prices dramatically for consumer goods and services. We want to have we want everyone to be able to enjoy the Onvoi Entertainment System, the OES. So we want, and as there's MSRP and there's the other term where you tell the retailers you can't mark up the prices. I don't want the OES to cost more than $200. I want for $200, and we're going to do $199 just to be nostalgic about what people are taught in business schools, because it's ever so practical, let me tell you. $199, you get the little box, the interactive console unit that plugs into the TV set, and you get 2 keypad devices so you and one other person can enjoy collectively having storytelling input, interactive input in the stories and adventures on the screen. Within that little box that gets plugged in, you get an autonomous ecosystem platform of entertainment content. All of it is like choose your own adventure. And there's going to be 20 interactive experiences when you first plug in that box for $199. That's what we aim for. That's going to basically like mini-series. And I did an elaborate, long in length video on the interactive franchises that we're going to be working on as far as the original content that we hope to be able to plug into the ecosystem. And I think that video is 32 minutes in length, exactly. It's very good. And I have one more, but I'm not going to reveal it yet. And I don't want to come off as overambitious because you get penalized for that, and it's not good. There's one more that's very exciting, and it's also unisex in appeal, meaning women and men, adolescents, grown women, children, girls, boys. They're going to love the one I talk about later. But let's get to the point. We have a proprietary, it's like a mini data disk. It's not USB. It's not SD. I'll tell you that right now. It's somewhere in the middle. And it's going to be a little bit bigger in size so that consumers don't lose what would be the equivalent of their cartridge, their Onvoi. We call it, you know what we're going to call it? A fun pack. So the consumers at the Walmart or at the Target or wherever they buy everyday items. And on the way out, buy the trading cards and the comic books. The little girl or the little boy will go to the parents and say, Mom, I need the Onvoi Fun Pack, which will be the Agromax. I need the interactive for the OES. I need the Agromax. They get the Agromax Fun Pack. They get the astrologia. Mom, I'm reading about the horoscopes in the newspapers and the magazines and the blogs. Onvoi Entertainment System has astrologia. It's a series where I get to guide the adventures of Sagittarius and Scorpio and Gemini and the litany of them. We're developing great characters. It's called a fun pack because they're not going to say it's a data disk. Okay, no, it's an Onvoi Fun Pack. And you buy it, essentially, price point for the standalone titles that get inserted into the OES box so that the consumers are delighted and thrilled. It's $25. You buy the box and the 2 keypad devices, the 2 remote controls for $199. And that gets you 20 miniseries experiences that are interactive in nature, which in itself is a unique selling point and a unique advantage that Onvoi has. Then, by the time we launch the OES in the stores, the store shelves, we want the market debut to be January 1st, 2022. So we're essentially to have 2 years to get this thing finished, completed, and on store shelves ready for consumption. When we launch the OES, the console unit, the keypad device, both programmed with the ecosystem, and 20 mini-series experiences which are interactive in nature with those franchises that I described in the other video. At the same time, ideally, we would concurrently have 4 more interactive titles for sale at stores on Amazon and in physical retail, so that when the consumer has a thrilling experience watching at home and participating with the family and participating with friends, group participation, and they love it, they have something more to go back to, so that they could purchase something else additionally. We have a break-even point in terms of if we get even a small fraction of the venture capital that we're humbly requesting, as far as some of the other videos on the Onvoi website. If we get a small fraction of that, even then we'll have a break-even point it should take 3 months. So essentially by April 1st, 2022, will be a no debt break even, because we project unit sales. If I don't want to get into too much minutia, but I do want the venture capital community, the people who I'm in communications with currently, I want them to ask me for detailed, comprehensive return on investment data in terms of the accounting, base unit price, the margin, the profit margin per unit. I have all that. I don't even use the spreadsheets. I do it by hand, and trust me, it's accurate. Ask me for that information. You'll be pleasantly surprised. $199 target MSRP. Okay, online and physical retail. And then we want to shoot for 1 million console units sold. The big boys in the video games industry, which we want to market this so that it's distinctive from video games and distinctive from traditional entertainment content. But they're selling what? 60, 70, 80 million units globally, but I don't sense that much excitement. And a lot of it's very expensive, so that's part of the reason why it's such a nuanced market. So even if those really impressive numbers, at least some companies are working to bring down the price. Others just aren't getting the hearts and the minds of the consumers all around the world. What else can I say? So the key is, in the last video, I finished the design from a theoretical standpoint. This is still a physical prototype, and we still have to program the thing. And we can do an easy hello world display with Onvoi Interactive and interactive prompt. Once we get this funding, we're going to have, I don't want to get into too much minutia, but I have the specific hires, machine codists, who are going to be able to do this to facilitate this in a very straightforward and effective and competent manner. So, and then I see it as the last piece of the puzzle that the VC community wants to hear, is we have the proprietary data disk, Onvoi data disk, that's not going to be of this size. It's going to be a little bit bigger, but it's not going to be an old-fashioned cartridge, because we're not that big on the whole nostalgic thing. I know it's there, but it doesn't mean we keep doing the same things again and again and again and again and expecting better results. It's cool. I like that stuff too, the old stuff. But it doesn't mean innovation's dead. That's the brilliance of Onvoi. It's going to be tremendously innovative. And now more than ever, we need a wave of innovation to sweep the United States of America and every country in the face of the world. Okay, on behalf of Onvoi Interactive, I hope you enjoyed this presentation. I'll continue to reach out to the venture capital community. I very much hope they show generosity and interest and ask questions, and they will get poignant results, and they will get poignant, accurate, specific, informative responses to any and all questions. And we will see this hopefully take shape, and we're going to see more people getting hired here in beautiful Redmond, Washington, and we're going to see more people having fun, getting to work, and we're going to stay super laser focused on achieving this target goal, this deadline of January. And one more comment. Why January 1st, 2022? You don't want to do the Black Friday, Cyber Monday, day, Christmas shopping? Nope. I'm not that dumb. I'm not that dumb. I'll tell you why. Because in 2 years, I don't want to be competing for Christmas money by consumers with a bunch of 100 other really big companies. Nope. I'll wait for that madness to be over. And then, when they're fed up with all these terrible gifts that they didn't want to buy, were forced to buy, buying people junk, blank VHS tapes just for the heck of it, socks that they don't need. When they go on that dumb consumer tangent and then get fed up, then Onvoi will come to the rescue in terms of morals and integrity and social enlightenment and entertainment and genuine fun and genuine passion for a consumer product. It'll come January 1st in the new year when things are sane again. That's when 2 years from this January 1st, 2022, that's the projected target goal for the debut, when it hits store shelves, the Onvoi Entertainment System, the OES. It will revolutionize the interactive entertainment industry. Thank you so much for listening. Have a wonderful day.